Alright, in this video I'm going to show you one of the best methods for forcing a card. This method is so good because it really looks like the spectator has an absolutely free choice, and at the same time it's a surefire thing. You can't miss. Okay, so I'll briefly demonstrate it and show you what it looks like, and then I'll break it down for you. So this force uses a move that I've already taught called the spread call. So before you try to learn this force, check out that video, get an understanding of what it is, how it works, how to do it, be able to do it, and then you can come back here and learn how to apply that as a really good card force. Okay, so I'll put a link on the screen here and in the description box down below. So check that out, come back here. I'm going to move on with this tutorial assuming you already are familiar with the spread call. I'll give you a brief overview right now. I'm not going to go into any detail, but basically the spread call is a move that allows you to pull a card underneath the spread, so that's riding underneath the cards, and it's normally used as a card control. So you would call a selected card and then you could just take it to the bottom of the deck. Okay, but in this case we're going to use it as a force. So what that would look like is, let's say we wanted to force the 9 of diamonds. Okay, I'm going to show you how to get it underneath the spread in a second, but assuming it's already underneath the spread like this, check out how clean this is. You're spreading through the cards, you let them touch any card they want. It really is a free selection at this point. So let's say they touch this card right here. All you're going to do is break the deck at that point, and you're going to make sure that your called card is underneath the card that they selected. Okay, that's very easy to do once that card is already underneath the spread. And you're going to say, okay, you touch this card. All you're going to do is you're going to square up this packet. You turn your hand palm down to display the card that they think they touched, but in reality you're now showing them the force card. Really clean method, totally free selection from what it looks like, and just a really good card force. Now, how do you get that force card underneath the spread? Well, I'll show you my preferred method. It's a bit more difficult, and then I'll show you a really easy way, okay, which is also good. So the way I do is I start with a force card. In this case, let's say it's the 9 of diamonds. I start with it on the bottom of the pack. And I do this little move. All I do is I start spreading the cards, and then using my right hand fingertips, I contact that bottom force card, and I kind of peel it away from the bottom of the deck, and I pull it underneath the spread. Just like that. So now it's right there. Now it's kind of a tricky thing. It's something you're gonna have to play around with and experiment with, but eventually you'll get it. Here's a few tips that might help you out. When I start peeling that card away, I kind of use gravity to my advantage. So I tilt my hands this way, and that way this chunk of cards, it's, gravity is pulling it down, and that makes it slightly easier to pull that bottommost card away. Okay, now you notice right there what kind of happened is when I started pulling, a few cards started separating from the bottom. So that's something you want to be careful of. You want to use a light touch, and you only want to get that bottommost card underneath the spread. Okay, and then you can spread through. So play around with that. It is going to take some practice to be able to do that smoothly and without hesitation, but that's just a nice method to do it, or a nice method to use. Here's an even easier method, a dead simple way. You start with your force card on top of the deck, and just in a moment of misdirection, you do this when no one's really paying attention. All you're going to do is you're going to come over, you're going to peel that card into your right hand. So I'm just contacting the top card with my right thumb, and I'm just peeling it away into my hand. And then with my left thumb, I start spreading the pack, and I just cover that card I just peeled. And then I start spreading. Okay, and that card is in the exact position that we want it to be. So at speed, what that would look like is when no one's really paying attention, I'm just doing this. Okay, go ahead, pick a card. Okay, well, I would pause a bit. So I would do this, spread a bit, and then pause a bit, then start talking and be like, okay, go ahead and take out any card. They touch this card. They square it up. You can either use your deck for the square up, or you just use your fingers, and then you flash the forced card. And that's really all there is to it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box down below, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. And yeah, more forces to come, but this is definitely one of my favorites. It's a really good one to know. So I hope you enjoy that. Have a good day, and see you next time. Bye.